Hey, this is Robert Naini, your spray foam advisor. And this week I want to talk to you about financials. And specifically, I want to warn you about a trap that a lot of small business owners, a lot of sole proprietors, a lot of mom and pops fall into related to their financials. And specifically, the concept is that they bring in revenue. So all of the income that they bring in, all of the sales that they make is total revenue. And then they take out their expenses. They pay labor, they pay their vendors back, they cover their material costs, they cover debt payments that they have to make, they pay off all of their expenses, and what's left is profits. And that's the general concept, right? When you think about it, total revenue minus expenses equals profit. And that's what most people think about when they think about being in business, and they think about being in business for themselves. My total revenue minus all of my expenses equals my profit. Or does it? And the question that comes into play is, did you incorporate your own personal salary as part of your expenses? So oftentimes, the sole proprietor, the owner of the business, who's working in the business on a regular basis, on a day-to-day basis, they're hustling, they're grinding, they're making things happen, they're involved. They are not paying themselves a regular salary. And they're not paying themselves money to do the job that they're doing on a day-to-day basis. So the problem that comes in, they think this is okay. From their standpoint, they just think, oh, total revenue minus all of my other expenses, and all the money that's left over is my money. And that's fine maybe if they're always going to stay that style of a company, and they're never really going to get any bigger, and they don't really want to grow, and they don't want to have systems and processes and managers, and they don't want to go beyond themselves. Maybe that will work for them if they stay the size that they are. The challenge that you have if you operate under that mentality is that you could go get a job and you can make a salary, right? You can go get a job and you can make an income, a personal income. But when you run a business as a business owner, you are taking on a risk. And the reward for taking on that risk is the profits of the business. So you have rights to a personal income, to a personal salary, and to the profits of the business as the owner of the business. So you actually get paid twice. And this is the benefit of owning your own business. When it works, when you do it right, when you do it well, you get a salary. You're able to pay yourself. The company, the business pays you a salary, pays you an income, a personal income for the efforts, for the things that you do, for the work that you put into the business. You get paid an income, a personal income, and you are entitled to the profits of the business as well. That is because you are putting in risk to run a business, therefore you are entitled to profits, which means when run right, you get paid twice. If you are an owner that also works in the business, you collect a personal income, and then you collect profits from the company, two different buckets of money. Your personal income is like an employee salary, basically. It's a salary of the business. It's an expense of the business, and it should be in your bucket of expenses. It's part of your expenses. But oftentimes, owners don't incorporate their own payment, their own salary as part of the business's expenses, and this is very important. Why? Because, say, 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road, you're successful. You've grown this business, but now you want to go on and do something else, or you grow out of this position and you want to replace yourself. You want to go to a different position in the company. Well, if you haven't been paying yourself a salary for doing that job, for doing that position, how are you going to replace yourself? The purpose of paying yourself a salary, in theory, is that you now can replace yourself. You move away, you put a new person in, and guess what? You can pay that person the salary that you were being paid. Whoever's doing that job function, whoever's doing that role, call it a manager role. If you're managing the business, if you're managing the company, you're going to make a manager salary. Well, when the business is prospering and doing well, you can bring in another manager from the outside. You can pay that manager the money, and guess what? Now you don't have to work in the business. You don't have to be involved in the day-to-day operations of the business, but instead you can work on the business as a business owner. You can improve the processes, the systems, make the company run better, and you spend less time on the business, you spend less time in the business, and you still can collect profits from the business as the owner of the business. So that's the difference. You are entitled, if you work in the business, if you are an owner and you work in the business, you are entitled to a personal income from working in the business, and you are entitled to the reward commiserate to the risk that you take in running the business. You are entitled to a reward, and that is your profits from the business. This has been Robert Naini with Spray Foam Advisor. Thanks for checking us out. Catch us on some more videos. I love questions. Anyone out there, feel free to shoot in a question. I'll give you an email address right here for any questions you have. Send them to questions@sprayfoamadvisor.com. sprayfoamadvisorsingular.com. So questions@sprayfoamadvisor.com. Go ahead and send those questions in. I'll get to as many of them as I can, and I'll try to incorporate a select few into some of my weekly videos. And of course, if you like this video, go ahead and subscribe to the blog if you haven't already done that. Find us on YouTube and like us, like and follow us there. And check us out on LinkedIn, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Find us on all of your favorite social media sites, and you can keep up with the words of wisdom coming out of Spray Foam Advisor. Thank you very much for joining us. I appreciate it. We'll catch you on some more videos. Take care.